So here we are on the Mercedes X-Class launch, and I'm delighted to say that our guest today is Sabine Wegner, who is Head of Product and Marketing for Mercedes Benz vans for Australia and New Zealand. Welcome, Sabine.
Thank you.
Hey, listen, tell me, this vehicle clearly reflects, from driving it this morning, a massive rework by Mercedes Benz. Has the brand ever put a figure on the spend for this project?
So what we did is first we defined what our requirements are. So we did a lot of market research, talked to the customer, and basically defined what kind of Mercedes Benz ute we wanted. And then we looked at going into a cooperation. But for us it was always very clear that we need to make sure that everything we've defined in terms of driving dynamics, comfort, safety features, and that it's really a Mercedes Benz ute. So basically we just did it based on that, and it was always clear that we have to make sure that it's a real Mercedes, it's a genuine Mercedes Benz.
Sure.
And rework whatever we have to rework for that.
Yeah. Well, I've got to say that from looking at it, from experiencing it as a drive, just the feel of it, everything about this vehicle is so different to the donor. The steering feel is different, it's more precise, the vehicle rides better, it's quieter, and of course the interior treatment is all Benz. Necessarily some of it is still Nissan, but from this part of the cabin up, all Benz.
Yes.
But not the key. The key is still a Nissan key. That's an interesting thing.
So basically, as you mentioned, we wanted to make sure that exterior and interior design is completely Mercedes-Benz.
Yep.
The key is a Nissan key, but we looked at our requirements and
Sure.
it fulfills what it needs to fulfill.
Yeah. So you have 13 four-cylinder variants here. That is a remarkable spread. It's a very big range. What's the reason for this? Is it to learn the market, or is it... can we expect some of these variants to go if they don't work?
Yeah, so when doing the market research and talking to the customers, we found that there's a lot of different applications that the ute is being used for. So everything from company owners using the vehicle as a workhorse, and then all the way up to families driving the vehicle who are looking for a bit more refinement, a bit more passenger car-like look and feel. And that's why we just wanted to make sure that we have enough variants to fulfill all of those requirements. So over time, if we see that certain variants don't work or are not necessary, then we would take them out, or even if we see we need further variants, and then we'll always have a look at that and make sure that we get them in the future.
Wow. So, I mean, New Zealand is built on farming, but the reality in New Zealand is a lot of utes sold at double cab diesel automatics, very much in the format that this particular example is here, high end, used for recreation and family. Is that the most important part of the New Zealand market, do you believe?
Yeah, so from a customer base, I think we'll see a lot of different customers, but I think that definitely the family, the private use, and also for, as you say, for farmers, I think there will also be a certain percentage for farmers and commercial use who actually look for a bit more refinement and who will also go into the higher spec vehicle. The segment has changed a bit over the last couple of years,
Yes.
and it's moving more into that premium passenger car-like driving dynamics, comfort, safety features are becoming more and more important.
Yep.
And that's why we wanted to make sure that we have all of that. And of course, as you say, then there is a certain price for that, but we feel like that's what the customers want.
Yeah. So what brands are your rivals in the New Zealand ute area? I mean, what's the aspiration? Are you going up against some pretty big hitters here, Toyota, Ford and Holden?
Yeah, exactly. So Toyota, Ford and Holden are definitely our key competitors. Basically, we've looked at all of the mid-size ute segment, and we've also seen that a lot of those competitors now move into the higher spec variants. So that's where we feel where also a big part of our sales will come from.
Sure. Now, I know you're not keen to talk about the V6, But the V6 is New Zealanders are interested in the V6, and it is coming. It's 190 kilowatts, slightly fewer newton meters than a certain rival, but still obviously a powerhouse. And a lot of Kiwis are expecting that to be the most expensive one-tonne ute on the New Zealand market. What can you say to that?
No, and I'm definitely okay with talking about the V6.
Okay.
It'll be a great vehicle and a great engine in a great vehicle. As I think the four-cylinder definitely has its advantages, and it'll have its customer base, and then of course the V6 will be a high-level engine, top of the market. So we're looking forward to having the V6 here, but I think the four-cylinder is definitely a good start for us.
Sure.